Tarnya and welcome to the GBS Careers Conversations podcast, where we are changing lives through education. I'm your host, Tarnya Coley, and in this podcast we can bring real conversations, real journeys and practical advice to support students on their career and personal development. Today we're kicking things off by introducing you to some of the amazing people behind the careers team here at GBS Global Banking School. I'm joined by Millie, Cass and Sarah.
Hi.
So, welcome guys. Super excited. This is our first episode. So, question for you, Millie. So, can you introduce yourself and tell us a bit about your role at GBS?
Yeah, so I'm Millie. I'm a employability and entrepreneurship skills educator, and part of my role is to deliver workshops, so careers workshops to our students within GBS. And I also design workshops as well and support within designing the curriculum at GBS.
Fantastic. So how do you support the students in your role?
So basically, I help to essentially provide sort of skills within the workshops, and help to kind of develop students' employability skills and things like that. So any kind of questions that students have within workshops, we sort of design the workshops in a way that helps to build a foundational knowledge, if that makes sense. So any kind of questions they have, we help to answer them within those workshops. So it can be anything from like CVs, interview skills, sort of psychometric testing, anything and everything that you can think of that's to do with careers, we will put into a workshop and deliver it within an hour, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. So, Cass, tell us who you are and what do you do and how do you support your students?
So I'm a careers consultant, mainly supporting level 5 and level 6 students here at GBS. So part of my job role is to conduct one-to-one appointments, and in those one-to-one appointments we go in further detail about what the student requirements are, so whether that be CV, job searching, postgraduate study, or just kind of generally seeing what options there are out there for them, depending on what they're looking for. We also do workshops as well, conduct ad hoc class visits, just so that students know exactly who we are or what kind of services that we are able to provide for them.
Wow, thank you for sharing that. Sarah, I see you nodding there.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. So tell us who you are, what you do.
So my name's Sarah. I'm the Careers Associate here. So I essentially provide administrative support to the entire department, as well as upper management. So I do things like helping promote the events we run here, helping organise those events themselves. I also support everybody in their roles. So for example, I help Cass book appointments. Me and Millie work together to get workshops assigned, stuff like that. So I'm mainly here to support everybody and also to, let's face it, bring the vibe up.
I think that Sarah's got a really essential role for students as well, in the sense that Sarah helps students to kind of like Sarah helps to triage, in a sense that if students don't know where to go, they come through Sarah first, really. So if students don't know where to go and they don't know whether they need an appointment or what kind of appointment they need, they go to Sarah first. So the frontline kind of person here is actually Sarah. So yeah, really important role actually.
And I do really enjoy that first point of contact. I find it quite lovely, to be honest, because I like being like a welcoming face of the department.
Yeah.
So you mentioned about events. What events can they expect here at GBS?
Oh, we've run a range of events, depending on student needs, but we tend, within careers, to promote our career services especially. So we're currently prepping for an event called the Employability and Entrepreneurship Welcome Event, where we offer the opportunity for students to come in, learn a little bit about what we do, play some games related to the job role so they can figure out what branch of the service might work best for them. So whether they need employability or entrepreneurship support, that's kind of something we help them figure out. We've also got a survey they can fill out called the Career Needs Form, which is helpful for both if they want support, but also if they want to be left alone by us. That's also something that we can find out through that, because it might not be the right time for everybody to get career support. So yeah, that's the event that we're currently working for, but we have a bunch of events here. Wellbeing as well, our friends across the hall, they put on a bunch of events. They recently put one on about assistive technology. So there's so much that we can do here to support you, both through careers and also the wider GBS community.
That's fantastic. So Millie, what's one thing you think every student should be thinking about when it comes to their future career?
I think gaining experience first and foremost, and I think any kind of way that you think you can gain experience is the best way. So that might not always be going out and gaining the most like relevant industry experience that you possibly can, but it might just be volunteering at like your local food bank or like a church or something like that. It's whatever way that you think is feasible for you to gain just some experience, I think is the best way. Don't feel like you're stuck where you are. Just go out there and just try and gain just a little bit of experience. I think quite a lot of people feel like they're stuck in one place. And actually, if you can go somewhere, and even if that just be just booking an appointment with the careers team, I always say it's half an hour actually out of your day to just book that appointment. We're not scary people, actually. It sometimes sounds like quite a scary thing is going to a careers team, but actually we've all been in that position before of like not knowing.
Yeah.
You know, that's why we're all in this job, is like not knowing what we want to do with the rest of our lives. So just don't feel that, oh, I'm stuck, I don't know what I want to do, sort of thing, because actually we've all been in that position.
Yeah.
It's just about taking that little step forward. So if you can just find a little bit of experience, then you can go forwards. And I think we can help you to do that as well, is just book that appointment. You know, book that one little appointment. It's an hour out of your day. We can help you to find that experience as well.
I like what you said there about action.
Yeah.
Taking that one step, because I always use this acronym that action changes things.
Yeah.
So it's just taking that initial step and then you find yourself unstuck
Yeah.
and being able to do what it is that you want to do.
I think that's the nice thing about the workshops and the appointments as well, is that you are offering those hard skills like CV, like interview prep, but you're also offering confidence and support.
Yeah.
And also sometimes emotional support, like,
Yeah.
because a lot of times people come to us and they're just like a bit nervous. We have a lot of people that have never worked before,
Yeah.
really nervous about going into the world of work, and so I think that's a really nice skill that you guys help provide.
Yeah.
It's not just like hard skills, it's really soft
Yeah.
skills as well. I think that's lovely.
I always say a huge part of like our role is actually well-being support, even though obviously we're not really qualified to provide like counselling or well-being support. Actually, like the foundation of our skills is actually counselling practice. So like, you know, it's actually when you come to us for an appointment, or you know, we're going into workshops and stuff, the foundation of the skills that we're providing you with is actually just confidence. So, you know, I think actually when I think about why I'm actually in this job, it's actually building people's confidence, to be honest. It's not even those hard technical skills in employability, it's just making people more confident. Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing that, guys. So from your experience, Cass, what's one common mistake students make when they're preparing for job or opportunities?
I'd say not knowing the end point and just kind of going into things very blindsidedly, if that's the word, and starting from the perspective of, okay, I'm going to go and do this course, but why? Why are you going to do that course? What are you going to get out of it? Because you might find that you're going to do the course and then it's not perhaps what you wanted, and that's 4 years of your life gone, or I don't know, a certain amount of time that you've dedicated doing all this study and all this research, and it's not actually what you wanted because you didn't know what end goal you were kind of going for. So I usually, in my one-to-one appointments, I direct it in the way that, okay, know exactly what it is that you want, and then how are we going to get there? That's where I kind of go in, so we can kind of discover and unlock what options you do have from that point, because I don't want anyone to be stuck. That's the main thing. I don't want anyone to be stuck, frustrated. I've done this degree, I don't know what to do with it. You should have known what to do with it when you were going in. That's why you've done the degree, not the other way around. So, yeah, that's what I would say.
What do you do when you get a student that kind of has kind of gone down that path of kind of doing the degree without necessarily the best, well thought out intentions? How would you kind of tackle that then?
So at that point, it becomes a thing of meeting them where they are. So what can we do now, basically? What options do you have available now? Because there's still a way around it. And there are obviously still skills and things that you've built up at that time that aren't going to be wasted. There's knowledge that isn't going to be wasted. And what can we pull from the things that you have learned that, you know, you are kind of maybe passionate about, or maybe it's like a little kind of fragment of your study time and the things that you've learned that you think that you can make something out of. We can focus a little bit more on that. And if you completely want to stem away from that, that's no problem. We can look at other options out there. It is very much student-led, and our job as a careers consultant is to let you know, okay, this is what you can do, and let you know that it's not a closed door, it's not the end of the world, and there are still many more opportunities out there for you.
Wow, sounds like amazing opportunities to go and see you both and build those confidences and have those steps. I know back in my day, when I was having career appointments, it was nothing like that. And I don't know about your experiences, but mine was nothing like that. So, Millie, if you could give students one practical tip they can act on today, what would it be?
Book an appointment. I know it sounds like such a silly little thing, but I think yeah, book an appointment, but also just talk to other people about how you're feeling. Just generally, like if you don't feel like you have the confidence to come into the office or just book an appointment or anything like that, I think just generally just talking to someone that you trust about how you feel about your future is just that maybe one thing that you can do that can help you go forwards. If you don't have people around you that you can feel like you can talk to, you can always talk to people like online. There's lots of forums that you can go on to. There's lots of websites. It's just about taking action and going forwards and doing that one little step and talking to someone. You know, teachers, friends, lecturers, whoever it might be, and just taking one step to kind of proving about where you want to go forwards, I think.
I love that. Take that one step. So, Cass, what's one piece of advice you would give to a student to help them stand out?
Oh, to help them stand out. I would say don't be afraid. I think a lot of people are afraid, and it's not perhaps something that you'd maybe think, okay, that's what makes you stand out. But I think that a lot of people hide, and you know, they're behind closed doors a lot of the times, and that's what essentially makes people not stand out. And they're not asking the questions, they're not going to speak to people, they're not finding out certain things, they're not doing, you know, bits of research that they need to do to get them to where they can be. So I'd say to make them stand out, just, I don't know, be bold. Do something that's out of your comfort zone that you feel really uncomfortable with, and even if you go crying, like, I don't know, you go shaking, like you're trembling, like, it's actually okay, like no problem, absolutely fine. That'll make you stand out. At least you went.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
Absolutely. Fantastic advice. Anything to add to that, Sarah?
I would agree in that, and I'd say that kind of boldness is your superpower. Like, we've had some people come through our department, students have come to us with some amazing stories, and it's I think one of the beauty of GBS is that everybody here has such different backgrounds. Obviously we've got an older student base, a lot of our students are immigrants or second language English. They've got a bunch of life experience that most people in universities in this country just don't have, and so I think that point of difference is actually what makes this place special. And I think having boldness with that, I think, is really, really important. I'd also say on your point, like, talking is amazing, and one of the things this department operates on is word of mouth. Because a lot of people end up here because somebody's told them, and so if you have engaged with careers, please tell your classmates about it, tell your lecturers, tell anybody you can, because it genuinely helps both you and us so much. And so if you have been to careers, if you have had that confidence and you've felt bold enough to do that, please talk to people about it, because we're happy to have you, and we love it.
Tell your Uber driver.
I've had several Uber drivers ask me about GBS. And I've said, come careers, mate, we can help you out.
Love that. Thank you, guys. It's such a great conversation. Just talk. Take that step and be bold about it. So if you're a student at GBS and you're thinking about your next steps, whether that's your CV, job applications, or even starting your own business, the careers team is here to support you. You can book an appointment, ask questions, and take advantage of the support available to help you move forward with confidence. Visit your careers team on your campus today. So thank you all for tuning in to the GBS Careers Conversations podcast. Don't forget to share this with a friend, and we'll see you in the next episode, where we'll continue to change lives through education.